Welcome to the Man United Chronicle. In this video, we are going to look at all the forward signings and loans that Manchester United has done since the last decade, that is from 2014. In this video, we will not look at our academy graduates but only at external signings. In 2014-15 season, Louis van Gaal joined as the new manager. He took over David Moyes and interim player manager Ryan Giggs. The previous season ended with big names leaving the club. Wilfried Zaha moving to Crystal Palace, Danny Welbeck leaving to Arsenal, and Federico Machida to Cardiff City. It was a tough start for Van Gaal with only 2 points in the first 3 games of the season. On the deadline day, we signed Falcao on loan from Monaco. The loan fee was £6 million with an option to buy at £43.5 million. His wages were around £190,000 a week. He did not hit the ground running with only 4 goals from his 29 appearances. United finished 4th in the league with 70 points. 17 points below Chelsea, the league winners. Rooney was the top scorer for the season with 14 goals. United did not exercise the option to buy Falcao. In 2015-16 season, Louis van Gaal continues as the manager. The previous season ended with forwards like Robin van Persie leaving to Fenerbahce, Javier Hernandez leaving to Bayer Leverkusen, and Angelo Enriquez leaving to Dinamo Zagreb. Manchester signed the 21-year-old forward, Memphis Depay from PSV Eindhoven for a transfer fee of £25 million. The contract was for 4 years at £120,000 per week. In the first season, he scored 7 goals from 53 appearances. He did not settle down comfortably at the Premier League. 2 games a week and the physicality of Premier League did not suit him. His career at Manchester United was short-lived. He was sold to Lyon for £17 million, rising to £22 million with add-ons. The summer deadline day signing was 19-year-old French forward from Monaco, Antony Martial. The transfer fee was £36 million upfront and £21.6 million on bonus based on 3 clauses worth £7.2 million each, taking the potential fee to £57.6 million. This was the highest transfer fee paid for a teenager, breaking the previous record of £27 million that United had paid for Luke Shaw a year earlier, and that Paris Saint-Germain had paid for Marquinhos in 2013. £44.7 million ended up being the total fee due to only one of the 3 bonus clauses being met. The clauses were 25 goals during a particular span, racking up 25 caps for France, and won the Ballon d'Or before June 2019. In the first season, Martial scored 17 goals from 49 appearances, becoming Manchester United's top scorer for the season. His wages were at £110,000 per week before increasing to £250,000 per week during his contract extension. During his career at United, Martial made 317 appearances and scored 90 goals. His best season came in 2020-21 with 23 goals from 48 appearances. In his last 3 seasons at United, he made only 60 appearances with just 12 goals as he was plagued by injuries. He left as a free agent in June 24. Coming back to the 2015-16 season, Manchester United finished 5th in the league with 66 points, same as Manchester City but losing out on goal difference, and 15 points below the league winners Leicester City. Manchester United won the FA Cup, but Louis van Gaal was sacked right after claiming the trophy. 2016-17 season started with Jose Mourinho as the new manager. His frontline signing for the season was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The 34-year-old moved from PSG on a free transfer with £220,000 per week in wages. In the first season, Ibrahimovic made 46 appearances and scored 28 goals to become the top scorer for United that season. But his second season was hit a big miss, adding only 7 appearances and 1 goal to his tally, making it 53 appearances and 29 goals with United. After a bad knee injury, his contract was terminated and he joined Inter Miami. In the 2016-17 season, Manchester United finished 6th in the league with 69 points, 24 points below the league winners Chelsea. But Manchester United won the Europa League, EFL Cup, and the Community Shield in the same season. 2017-18 was the second season for Jose Mourinho. The season started with Rooney leaving the club on free transfer to his boyhood club Everton. This was announced on the same day when Romelu Lukaku signed for United from Everton. United agreed on a transfer fee of £75 million plus £15 million in add-ons. Wages were agreed at £180,000 per week. In the first season, Lukaku made 51 appearances and scored 27 goals to become the highest scorer for the club that season. In total, Lukaku made 96 appearances for United, scoring 43 goals. He was sold to Inter Milan for £73 million after 2 seasons with United. The second forward signing of the season was Alexis Sanchez. The 29-year-old came to United on a swap deal with Arsenal for Henrik Mkhitaryan. United agreed to a base wage of £350,000 per week, which could increase to £560,000 based on bonuses. In the first season, Sanchez only scored 3 goals from 18 appearances. In the second season, he scored another 2 goals in 27 appearances. He was loaned to Inter Milan before making the move permanent in the subsequent year when United released the player on free to get the wages off the books. Alexis Sanchez's transfer has been considered one of the worst transfer deals United made in the last 10 years. In the season 2017-18, United finished second in the league with 81 points, 19 points below the league winners Manchester City. In the season 2018-19, Jose Mourinho was the manager until December, after which Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was appointed as the new manager. No forward line transfers or loans were made in this season. United finished 6th place in the league with 66 points, 32 points below the league winners Man City. Top scorer for the season was Paul Pogba with 16 goals, followed by Lukaku with 15 goals. In the season 2019-20, Lukaku was sold to Inter Milan and Alexis Sanchez left on a loan to Inter Milan as well. To strengthen the squad, Odion Ighalo, the 30-year-old veteran, was loaned from Shanghai Shenhua. He became the first Nigerian player to play for United. His wages were roughly £100,000 per week. He featured in 12 games for United without scoring any goals. In this season, United finished 3rd in the league with 66 points, 33 points below the league winners Liverpool. Top scorer was Antony Martial with 23 goals, followed by Rashford with 22 goals. In 2020-21 season, before the start of the season, Alexis Sanchez left on a free transfer to Inter Milan. The 33-year-old veteran, Edison Cavani, joined United as a free agent with a 1-year deal and an option to extend by 1 more year. He was roughly on £250,000 per week. In the first season, Cavani made 39 appearances and scored 17 goals. In the next season, he scored only 2 goals out of 20 outings, making his total to 19 goals from 59 appearances. He left as a free agent after 2 years with United. In 2020-21 season, Manchester United finished 2nd with 74 points, 12 points below the league winners Manchester City. The top scorer for the season was Bruno Fernandes with 28 goals, followed by Rashford with 21 goals. In 2021-22 season, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the manager until November. Then Michael Carrick took over as caretaker until December, and Ralf Rangnick came in as the interim manager. The big return of Cristiano Ronaldo took place in this season. Ronaldo joined from Juventus on a transfer fee of €18 million plus €8 million in add-ons for a 2-year deal. The 36-year-old had the highest wages in the league with £515,000 per week. He hit the ground running in the first season with 38 appearances and 24 goals to become the top scorer for United that season. His second season was a big miss due to the conflicts with Erik ten Hag, the new manager, and the high-pressing system he implemented. Ronaldo left as a free agent to join the Saudi League. Overall, during the second stint with United, Cristiano Ronaldo made 54 appearances and scored 27 goals for United. The second signing of the 2021-22 season was the 21-year-old Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund on a transfer fee of £73 million. The contract was for 5 years with optional year at £250,000 per week in wages. In the first season, Jadon made 38 appearances with only 5 goals. In the subsequent season, he made 44 appearances and scored 7 goals, bringing his total with United to 82 appearances and 12 goals. Not the best return on investment considering the premium transfer fee he came to the club with. The 2021-22 season ended with United finishing 6th in the league with 58 points, 35 points below the league winners Manchester City. Cristiano Ronaldo was the top scorer with 24 goals. In 2022-23, Erik ten Hag joined as the new manager of Manchester United. Before the start of the season, Edison Cavani left on a free transfer after his 2-year stint. Antony dos Santos, the 22-year-old, was the first attacking signing for Manchester United under the new manager. Antony transferred from Ajax, Ten Hag old club, for a whopping £82 million plus £4 million in add-ons. His wages were at £200,000 per week. In the first season he made 44 appearances and scored 8 goals. In his second season, he has scored only 3 goals from 38 appearances, making him one of the poorest signing after Alexis Sanchez. In the winter transfer window, the 30-year-old Wout Weghorst was signed on a loan deal from Burnley. The tall Dutch player was on £35,000 per week wages. He made 31 appearances but scored only 2 goals in the period. The Dutchman's passion and effort means he will be remembered fondly by United fans, even despite his lack of quality and goals. Weghorst will be remembered for the kiss of death during the semi-final penalty shootout with Brighton. He grabbed the ball after scoring and gave it a knowing kiss. He then presented it to Solly March, the only United player to hand the ball to the next Brighton taker during the whole shootout. No matter how minimal Weghorst's actions might seem, he clearly had some kind of impact, as March ballooned his penalty over the bar. Lindelof became United's hero when he placed the decisive spot kick into the top corner of the net. But do not underestimate Weghorst's role in the shootout victory. As the majority of players ran towards the Swede in front of the goal where the penalties had been taken and which the Brighton fans were behind, Wout Weghorst went the other way. With all the energy of Usain Bolt in an Olympic final, the Dutchman sprinted towards the other end of the pitch where the United fans were and performed an epic knee slide. A fondly remembered loan. But that does not mean Weghorst's time at the club has been a failure. Faced with no transfer budget and a Cristiano Ronaldo-sized hole to fill, he was a low-cost, short-term option. He has not exceeded expectations, but he has done okay. Of the 19 matches he has started, United have won 12, drawn 4 and lost 3. Manchester United ended the season with 3rd place in the league with 75 points, 14 points below the league winners Manchester City, but won the EFL Cup after a trophy drought. The top scorer of the season was Rashford with 30 goals. In 2023-24 season, Erik ten Hag started his second year with permanent move for Antony Ighalo to Nottingham Forest. Since 2017-18 season, Manchester United signed a fresh young centre striker/centre forward with Rasmus Hojlund. The agreed transfer fee was £64 million plus £8 million in add-ons. His wages are at £85,000 per week. In the first season, he has made 43 appearances with 16 goals to become the club top scorer for the season. United's season was plagued with injuries leading to them finishing 8th in the league with 60 points, the lowest league finish in a decade and 31 points below the league winners Manchester City. United ended up winning the FA Cup on a David versus Goliath fight versus Manchester City, helping Erik ten Hag keep his job as the manager for the 3rd year. For the upcoming season, Manchester United are heavily linked with Joshua Zirkzee. Do you think he is a good signing for Manchester United? Please drop your comments below. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to our content. See you in the next one. Cheers.